Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. HTTP Custom has recently received a new update, and if you watched my previous video, you may have already noticed some of the changes. The app now has a slightly different look, including a changed logo and some changes to the protocol and connection settings. There are also some new options to explore. And in today's video, we're going to focus specifically on Slow DNS. I'll show you the complete process from beginning to end, starting with installing or updating HTTP Custom, creating the SSH Slow DNS server, entering all the required details into the new interface, connecting to the server, and finally saving the configuration so you can use it again later. So let's get started. First, let's start with the application itself. If you already have HTTP Custom installed, make sure you're using the latest available version. If you don't have it installed yet, open the Google Play Store, tap the search icon, and search for HTTP Custom. From the search results, find the official application. If you haven't installed it before, tap Install. And if you already have the application installed and an update is available, tap Update instead. Once the installation or update is complete, tap Open. This will take us to the new HTTP Custom home screen. As you can see, the application has a slightly different appearance compared with the previous version. But before we configure Slow DNS, there's one thing we need first. We need an SSH Slow DNS server. So now, let's create our server. For this part, you can use a web browser such as Chrome, Firefox, or any other browser you normally use. Open your browser and search for SSH Tunnel. From the search results, look for the SSH Tunnel website. Open the website and sign in to your account. If you don't have an account yet, create one and then log in. Once you're inside the website, scroll down until you find the available server regions. You may see different regions such as Europe, America, Asia, and others depending on what the website currently provides. For this tutorial, we're going to use the Asia region. Tap Asia. Now you'll see different server locations available in that region. For example, you may see locations such as Singapore, UAE, Dubai, or other available locations. You can choose one of the available locations. For this demonstration, I'll select one of the Asia region servers. Now we need to enter the server credentials. Enter your username, then enter your password. Make sure you're logged into the account correctly and that all the required information is filled in. Once everything is ready, tap the button to create the server. Now we need to wait while the server is being created. The process may take a little time, so wait until the server status shows that it has been successfully created. Now our server has been created. Before going back to HTTP Custom, we need to collect the information that the application will require. Depending on the server page, you'll see several details. The important information we need for this setup includes the server or host address, the port, the username, the password, the public key, and the name server. Keep these details available because we're going to enter them into HTTP Custom one by one. You can copy the information directly from the server page. Once you've collected everything, we can move back to HTTP Custom. Now let's return to the HTTP Custom application. On the main interface, you'll see a small arrow or protocol selection button. Tap on it. Here, you'll see the available connection protocols. Depending on the version you're using, you may see options such as UDP, V2Ray, SSH, and other protocols. For this tutorial, we're going to select SSH. Tap SSH. A new configuration window will appear. This is where the new settings become important. At the top, you'll see an option related to the connection mode or configuration type. Tap that option. You'll see several choices, including options such as Slow DNS, Payload, TLS, and other settings. For this tutorial, we only need Slow DNS, so select Slow DNS. Now the configuration interface will change, and this is one of the important differences to notice. Previously, you may have mainly seen the normal SSH fields, such as the server, port, username, and password. But with Slow DNS selected, additional fields appear. These include information such as the public key, the name server, and the DNS-related settings required for the Slow DNS connection. Now we're going to enter the details we collected from our SSH server. Let's start from the top. First, enter the server or host. Copy the server address from your SSH server and paste it into the appropriate field. Next, enter the port. Make sure you use the port provided by your server. After that, enter your username. Then enter your password. Now we have the SSH authentication information entered. Next comes the additional slow DNS information. Enter the public key that was provided by the server. Then enter the name server. Make sure you're copying these values exactly as they appear on your server. A small mistake in the server address, port, username, password, public key, or name server can prevent the connection from working. So before continuing, take a moment and double-check every field. Server? Correct. Port? Correct. Username? Correct. Password? Correct. Public key? Correct. Name server? Correct. Once everything looks good, our slow DNS configuration is ready. Now we can save this configuration inside HTTP Custom. Look toward the top right corner of the screen. You'll see the plus icon. Tap it. You'll get an option to add the current configuration to your profile. Tap Add to Profile. Now the configuration will be stored in your profile list. This is useful because you don't have to manually enter all of these server details every time. If you have multiple configurations, you can keep them in your profile list and switch between them whenever needed. Now let's test the configuration. Go back to the main HTTP custom screen. You'll see the main Start or Play button. Before starting, quickly check the configuration one more time. Everything looks good. Now tap the Start/Play button. HTTP Custom will begin establishing the connection. After starting the connection, swipe toward the right to open the logs. The logs allow us to see what is happening during the connection process. Wait for the connection to complete. If all the server details are correct and the server is available, HTTP Custom should establish the connection. Once the connection is successfully established, you can see the connection status in the application. At this point, our slow DNS configuration is working. Now, if you want to verify the connection from another angle, you can open your browser. Search for a website that displays your public IP address. Check the IP address shown there. This can be useful for confirming that your traffic is going through the expected server connection. Keep in mind that the exact result depends on the server and network you're using. Now let's save this configuration permanently so we don't have to set everything up again. Go back to HTTP Custom. Look for the three-dot menu in the corner. Tap it. You'll see several options. Find Save Configuration. Tap on it. A new window will appear. Here, HTTP Custom will ask you to give the configuration a name. Enter any name that will help you recognize this configuration later. For example, you could use the server location or simply give it a name that makes sense to you. There is also an option related to locking the configuration. You can choose whether you want to save it as locked or leave it unlocked, depending on how you want to use the configuration later. There's also a note field. This is optional, but it can be useful if you want to add extra information about the configuration. For example, you could add your own description or a channel-related note. One interesting thing is that the note section supports HTML, so you can format your note and even create decorative text if you know how to use HTML. Some users also like creating ASCII-style designs for their configuration notes. Once you've finished everything, save the configuration. Now the configuration is stored on your device and can be used again later. And that's it. In this video, we went through the complete slow DNS setup in the new HTTP Custom update. First, we installed or updated HTTP Custom from the Play Store. Then we created an SSH server. After that, we collected the server address, port, username, password, public key, and name server. We returned to HTTP Custom, selected SSH, switched the connection type to slow DNS, and entered all of the required information. Then we added the configuration to our profile, connected to the server, checked the logs, and finally saved the configuration for future use. So if you were confused by the new slow DNS settings in the updated version of HTTP Custom, hopefully this video made the entire process much easier to understand. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more HTTP Custom tutorials and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.